And welcome to Alexander Hamilton Memorial Free Library. I'd like to take a few minutes to welcome you to our new program, Oddities, Authors and Stories. And this is going to be a program based on facts about authors that aren't well known, facts about some of the stories they write that aren't well known. Sometimes it's the story behind the story. So we're hoping you're going to enjoy this new monthly program. And to bring the program to you, we have two staff members that will be working on it in conjunction to make this a great program for the library. First staff member that is behind this is Jessica Brown. She is one of our circulation librarians, and she is actually researching and writing the stories. And then the other person that's behind this and working on it will be Terry Scott, and she is actually the circulation librarian, but she is also the assistant adult program director. So she works with me in bringing some of the adult programs to the community. So I'm going to introduce to you now Terry, who will be reading the stories each month, and we hope you enjoy it. Please feel free to comment in the comment section what you may know or some suggestions about future ideas for this program. We welcome that. We welcome you to come into the library and talk to us about our programs. So without further ado, I bring you Terry Scott.
And good afternoon, this is Terry Scott, and I'm here to talk to you about oddities, authors, and stories. The first story we're going to do in this program is about a very well-known author named Anne Perry. As you can see behind me, I have some books that Anne Perry has written, and she's a very well-known, top-notch author. But she has a storied past that many of you may not realize. So we're going to get into just a little bit about Anne Perry. First of all, it's not her real name, but the best-selling mystery novelist harbors a dark secret, a dark past. Her real name is Juliette Hume. As a teenager in 1952, her father, the physicist Dr. Henry Hume, and her mother moved to Christchurch, New Zealand. As Dr. Hume was named rector at the Canterbury University College. While attending Christchurch Girls High School, she befriended Pauline Parker. The girls were inseparable and had created their own fantasy they referred to as the fourth world. These fantasies, as well as the beliefs that the girls had a physical relationship, concerned the parents, as it was considered a mental illness and a criminal offense at the time. It would not be decriminalized in New Zealand until 1986. Fearing they would be separated forever, Juliette and Pauline premeditated the murder of Pauline's mother, Honora Reaper. In their minds, Honora was the main obstacle when it came to staying together forever. On June 22, 1954, the girls bludgeoned Honora to death with a brick they encased in an old stocking at Victoria Park. Due to the horrible nature of the crime, their trial was the talk of Christchurch. The media sensationalized it with speculations of insanity. Both girls were underage at the time, Juliette just 15 and Pauline 16. They could not face the death penalty for their crimes due to their age. They were instead sentenced to be detained at Her Majesty's pleasure. Juliette served only 5 years in prison before she was released. It was rumored that the condition of the girls' release was that they were to never see each other again, but that has since been disputed. After her release, she moved back to England and briefly worked as a flight attendant. She also converted to Mormonism in 1968, during her brief stay in the United States. Hume started writing as Anne Perry around 1979, when she published her first novel, The Cater Street Hangman. It wasn't until around 1994, when the Peter Jackson-directed film Heavenly Creatures, which depicts the crime Perry helped commit, was released, and her identity was exposed. When asked about the crime, Perry has expressed remorse and stated while her relationship with Parker was obsessive, they never had a physical relationship. Consistent themes throughout her books include the questions of right and wrong, as well as the effects judicial trials have on a person's character. A touch ironic considering the crime she committed when she was a teenager. Perry has won several accolades throughout her career, including the coveted Edgar Allan Poe Award and Agatha Award, two of the most prestigious awards a mystery writer can win. She currently resides in California, hoping to pitch some of her stories to film and television adaptations. She has never married. That is the story we have for Anne Perry. Now, if you like, we have The Search for Anne Perry, The Hidden Life of a Best-Selling Crime Writer by Joanne Drayton. This is what the cover looks like if you're interested in looking for that book. We are going to get this book into hopefully our circulation. So at that time, you could probably come to your library here in town and check it out. We have some books behind us by Anne Perry in regular print and large print. And some of these posters back here are the actual newspaper pictures that were in the papers at the time of the trial. So thanks for joining us today. We hope you learned a little bit. It's kind of interesting stuff, these oddities about authors and stories. If you would like to hear about a particular story or you have an idea, please let us know. Just drop us a line or come into the library and let us know. We want to thank our researcher, and that is Jessica Brown, that took the time to come up with the facts that I have just read to you. We will be back next month with another session of oddities, authors, and stories. Thank you.